I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about.
Hey y'all! It's Vlogmas. I'm excited. Well, Vlogmas Jr. But I'm excited. Today we're going to be doing a get ready with me. That's kind of a part 2 or update from a video I did last year where I talked about being single during the holidays and dealing with it basically just as a single 20-something. So let's get started with the face and get into the conversation. Sorry I didn't do the normal intro, but y'all know the vibes. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and let's chat. And y'all better chat with me in the comments because I always say it and I feel like y'all don't really do it, and we could really be having good conversations. Like I said, last year I did a video where in fact I was wearing this exact same robe and doing my makeup and just talking about feeling displaced during the holidays and a little sad being single and a 20-something. And again, it is now 2022. I am single and I am 20-something. So that did not change. Your girl is still out here single. But I feel like mentally, emotionally, I have definitely changed since last year. And I have some different feelings from what I said last year. I really enjoyed myself for Thanksgiving this year. And they all know Thanksgiving is one of the main holidays that I was talking about in the last one. Christmas as well, but Thanksgiving especially because I usually never know what I'm doing for Thanksgiving. We decided to have, well, firstly, my sister and her husband normally go to Montgomery, where his family's from. But they stayed in Houston this year. So us and like me and my aunt and a friend, like we all had dinner together and it was awesome and I loved that. Now I feel like they should never go to Montgomery for Thanksgiving ever until I have something else to do on Thanksgiving. But we did a non-traditional type of menu. So it was surf and turf, steak, crab legs, shrimp, salmon bites, asparagus, Greek salad, macaroni, loaded potato casserole, like just the whole spread. It was so good. And I made some lovely cupcakes as well. And I don't know, it just, I talked to my mom and she was over at my other sister's house in Chicago, and I felt a lot better about Thanksgiving this year. And in the last video, because I actually just watched it before I started filming, that way I could remember what I was saying, I talked about how being single and having friends that are in relationships or married or whatever else can be a little taxing. The only couple I was around on Thanksgiving was my sister and her husband. I've gotten so used to them that it doesn't bother me. Now, if it was all couples and I was the only single person, then I would have been like, all right. But I really haven't been around many couples, and now that I think about it, I haven't been around that many people in general. The difference from last year to this year is this year I have really been in the gym. So the people that I'm around most are my gym girls and my trainer. And I love that for me because it has definitely taken a lot of the focus off of having companionship and more onto me and reaching my goals and hitting my markers and stuff. And even when it comes to social settings, I'm thinking about my macros. I'm like making sure that me going out somewhere socially works with what the goals that I have going on. So yeah, it's like, don't get me wrong, I still go places every now and again, but I'm not like fighting to be outside because a lot of times it just complicates my macros and my workout schedule and other things that I have to do. Therefore, what did Drake say?
You never good girl, but you're a better woman now. Evolving, evolving, evolving.
Yeah, that's me. Because I've been so focused on my gym stuff, I'm not thinking about these men for real. Like, I really don't have that much energy left to. And another reason why I'm not feeling as singled out or like sad about the holidays this year is because I have a lot of things to look forward to. I saw someone say this about when it comes to work, they were like, the trick to surviving working is to always have something to look forward to. So always have a trip planned, an event, a this or that you have to look forward to, and it will keep you going. And I'm starting to believe that that's true, because last year when I talked about tradition and not doing the things that's normally done, yeah, tradition is all the way off this year, because instead of having our normal New Year dinner party turn up thing at my mom's house, we are going on a cruise, and I am so freaking excited for that, y'all. On the cruise, we're going to I can never remember where, so I'll just put it on the screen, but we're going to 3 different places. We're going to be gone for 7 days, and that is just going to be so much fun. So even though it's not the normal tradition, it's something that I'm really looking forward to. Alrighty, the brows are done, and as you can tell, y'all, I didn't fill in anything. I just used some brow gel to make sure they don't move around, and then concealed around them. So today is a light makeup day, and it's crazy seeing how much different my makeup is now versus the last video, since I just watched it. And if you haven't seen that one, you should go watch it too. Me and my sister are going to see the Polar Express, which is my absolute favorite Christmas movie. We're going to the Rooftop Cinema Club here in Houston. It's in Uptown, and you literally watch the movie on a roof. Like, it's super cool. So I'm, of course, going to be filming that. It's going to be a short for Vlogmas, because your girl cannot be editing full videos every single day of Vlogmas. So we got to throw some shorts in the mix as well. It's a lot harder to record sometimes with a camera versus catching little phone clips and still staying present in the moment. But speaking of that, one thing that I've learned since last year, and of course I talked about this a little last year, is just like creating the joy that you want to have. You cannot focus on what you don't have, because of course it's just going to make you sad. And I'm saying this now in a good headspace, but if you're not in the best headspace, trust me, I understand, because who wants to think about the positive when you're not feeling positive? There are some like future things that I find that I've been thinking about that kind of make me wonder or make me nervous almost. My sister got married, what, 2 years ago, I think? And then my brother just got married in July. So with them being the closest to my age, I am now the next one that is not married, or, you know, doesn't have anybody. And it makes me think about it, because not to say you get married and a baby is instantly following, but I'm like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen when there's a whole child in there? And I saw on TikTok a lady said that it's customary, especially because we don't all live in the same place, but it's customary, like the people that have children are the ones that get to stay in place, and everybody should travel to them. And even though I definitely understand the sentiment clearly, because you have all these kids, or not even all these kids, but I know kids are a lot, but at the same time, like I said, as the single girl, hearing that kind of like, it kind of didn't sit well with me, because it's like I totally get it, but also I think that sometimes when you're the single person, or the person that doesn't, or that's not in a relationship, doesn't have a +1, people just assume that you can always like adjust to whatever they need. The thought of children possibly entering this family is scary, because I told y'all I'm resistant to change. Like, I'm just not used to it. And how is it going to change the dynamics of the family? Like, that's always what I think about. How will it change things? And let me not think on the negative, because I heard a therapist say, whenever you play devil's advocate and say, what if, you need to do it on both sides. Don't just say, what if this terrible thing happens? Like, what if this is amazing? You have to be fair and play devil's advocate on both sides, positive and negative. So I was thinking about that a little bit. And then also it made me think, like, the family, for instance, the family that I have now, that I look at as like my complete family, where once upon a time they didn't know each other. So I've never fully gotten to see the process of two families becoming one. And when I say becoming one, I don't just mean like marriage, because two people being married does not mean that the family is one. Especially because nowadays a lot of couples, their families don't live in the same place, so they don't really get to interact with each other. So the family isn't truly like conjoined, if that makes sense. But I look at like my mom's side of the family and my dad's side of the family, and for instance, like my aunts and my mom and blah blah blah, it's like everybody is conjoined, could call each other. And I don't know, it just made me think, like, how awkward is it when a family is attempting to become one if they haven't been in the same place and gotten to interact and stuff? These are things that I wonder because I've never gone through it, but it has nothing to do with me right now, so I don't really care that much. It was just something that I thought about. But back to, we were supposed to be talking about holidays. This does correlate with the holidays, because this is why I'm scared about the children things. Because if everything becomes about the children and you have these multiple sides of families that don't necessarily truly know each other well, they aren't in the same place, it just really complicates things. Which is why you just have to do what you want to do around this time. Whether that's travel, stay at home and enjoy some off time and relax, or if you want to go and be where the kids are, be where your family is. I'm just learning that you ultimately have to do what makes you super duper happy. And speaking of that, I am going to be doing a video where I talk about solo dates for us singles to do during the holiday season. And these are things that I'm absolutely going to be doing this holiday season. So that should be out next, because I kind of want some of these to fall in an order that makes sense. So tomorrow, or even if not tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to drop it tomorrow or if just sometime this week. I don't want to overload the singles content, because I get it, everybody that watches this is not single, but it's what resonates with me because I am very single. And I also, let me give y'all a little tea. The tea is, I plan on doing a series for Valentine's Day that is for singles, and I'm pretty excited about it. Even if you're not single, it's just going to be a self-love type of series for Valentine's Day. Because this time can, or not this time because it's not February, but that time can be very overwhelming and very depressing when you're habitually single and don't have anyone to spend time with and to make you feel loved. And even though, yes, you have family, does your family really celebrate you on Valentine's Day? That's the thing. Because everybody, one thing that I don't like, oh, I don't like this, y'all, and I need to do a social media case study about it, because on TikTok especially, I feel like people are always trying to gaslight you when you talk about wanting a relationship or being sad that you're single. It's gaslighting. Like, there's no other way around it, because the amount of people, I kind of had a TikTok go viral this year that was about being the friend that's not usually approached in public. And when I talked about it, the amount of people like, well, why are you looking for validation from men? You should just focus on yourself and blah 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 and work on loving yourself. And the thing is, who said I hated myself? Like, where in this message did I say, oh my God, I hate myself and I just go out every weekend looking for men and they never notice me? Like, I literally said none of those things. And I feel like it is so suckish for people to, suckish, that's the most iCarly word ever, but I think it is really terrible and gaslighting when people explain their desire for a relationship and someone says, you should just work on loving yourself. You should just focus on yourself. Like, what do you think I'm doing every day? Twiddling my thumbs and looking, I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense to me, because just how the absence of a relationship shouldn't mean that you don't love yourself, the presence of a relationship shouldn't mean that you're not working on yourself anymore. Like, that's crazy. You should always be working on yourself, whether you're in a relationship or not. But people saying that is just insane when all someone simply says is that they desire a romantic bond. That just made me mad as we speak. But if you're watching this, I'm about to close out. My face isn't technically done, but I'm basically done with what I have to say. This is a much shorter video than last year, and I think I have a lot less opinions because it's been going well this year. Like, the holiday hasn't been the main thing on my mind, but the things I'm looking forward to and the things that I'm doing to enjoy myself has really been on the front of my mind, and my goals have been on my mind. So all of that has absolutely been keeping me occupied, and I hope that if you are a single 20-something that you're finding your joy in this season and you're not letting anything that you lack bring your energy down. Think about what you have, think about what you're looking forward to, and think about what you want to do and just go do it. You can't wait, because that's one thing that I used to always do. There are things that I would want to do and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do that when blah 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 blah. And I totally understand, because there are certain places and things that seem like they would be so much better to do with a romantic partner, because it just gives romantic vibes. But Lord forbid, I might not make it to see me having another boyfriend or getting married and whatever else. Like, I need to do this stuff while I can, because you never know. So don't wait on a crusty dusty man. I'm sorry, y'all aren't crusty and dusty. That's just that. Okay, all right, I'm sorry, I apologize, that was too much. But no, really, go out and do the things that you want to do. Do not wait on a relationship or anything like that. Just know I'm super excited to get together in my head and write down ideas for this self-love Valentine's Day series. And if you have any ideas, please leave them down below, because like I said, I do have beef with y'all because y'all never comment for real. Like, and I just feel some type of way about it, because how are there 100 views or 100 plus views and there might be one comment, 2 comments? So if you're single, and even if you're not, what's something that you wish you would have been able to watch on those years during Valentine's Day when you were not single that would uplift your spirits and make you feel good? I'll be back when this is done. Alrighty, I am back and done. Just super duper simple, because y'all, you see the earrings? I'm about to do a ton of Vlogmas shooting, because for a smaller creator to sustain all of this, I have to get a head start. I have to get started filming a couple things, and that way I can edit early and have some buffer time in between posting, so I'm not editing and recording every single day. But I hope you all enjoyed our conversation. Just a quick little update from the last video about singleness, especially in the 20-somethings during the holidays. It can be tough, of course, but I'm super duper happy that I'm in a better headspace, and I hope that you are as well. But if you're not, just know that this too shall pass, and you are everything that you need without having anyone else attached to you. And if anything, I think that shows even more strength, because you don't have a partner or another person to share the load with. You're carrying it yourself, and you are just so strong and amazing and so capable and intelligent, and I could just talk about it all day. But like I said, you're everything that you need and more. And when you finally do find the person that you want, if you even want that, they're going to be everything that you would hope for. So stay encouraged, stay jolly, and have an amazing holiday season, as you should, because you know what, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to call your husband and get clearance. Yeah, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next.
I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
Chestnuts roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So I'm